So yeah, for me, fast food burgers, empty calories, but they fill me up. Oh man, wow. Wait a minute, Chinese takeout? They deliver it to your door. Oh, I want to redo. Hello, YouTube, and welcome to Novelty Gaming. My name is BLacKHaLLoW, and this is Would You Rather Part 8, I think it is. I haven't double checked, but it's been a while since I've loaded it up. This is the first time I'm playing it on the PC. If you watched the last episode, then you remember how crappy my laptop is at just highlighting the blue or highlighting the red and loading the percentages. So this is going to run much smoother. This is going to be way better, and I can't wait to get into it. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Would you rather be swept up in a hurricane or be lost in a flood? And I thought about this while I was getting my timer going. If you're swept up in a hurricane, it implies that you're still going to be found. But if you're lost in a flood, then you're underwater and you drown and you die. I think if it were me, I would want to be swept up in a hurricane. And I actually have had a bad experience one time in a river, floating a river. And yeah, drowning, no, not for me. Not obviously dying isn't for anybody, but yeah, that is definitely not the way that I want to go. So I would rather be swept up in a hurricane. And 58% of people agree. 578,000 versus 420. Would you rather not be able to stop being serious or not be able to stop joking? You guys, as much as I like to play around on the channel, I'm a pretty serious person and very punctual down to business in real life. So this is already me. Joking, yeah, it's very, very much necessary. But for me, I'd rather be serious for the rest of my life. And take things seriously and handle them with care rather than joke around for the rest of my life, because this is something that will get old. And even though this gets old, it does keep things in line to a certain degree. Would you rather sleep only 3 hours on a night on an extremely comfy bed or sleep as long as you want on a cold rock? Is the rock flat? Because if the rock is perfectly flat, I'm cool with that, because that actually puts your back in line. I would be totally cool with that. Sleeping only 3 hours a night, I'd wake up with migraines. You aren't even able to process your sleep cycle. For me, this would be way better in the long run, especially if you did yoga, if you stretched, if you took care of yourself. You don't need that super comfy bed. And this, the 3 hours a night, is way more damaging than a hard rock would be physically, as long as you got all the sleep that you needed. So I'd rather sleep on a cold rock. And once again, I went with the minority. My logic is really weird. Would you rather be deaf and have no legs or be blind and have no arms? That's a heavy request on either side. Okay, let's think about this. If you're deaf, then that means you need a sign. So having no legs, that's no problem. Being blind means you need one of those sightseeing canes, like so that you can use, the echolocation and actually test and see if there's anything in front of you. So for me, I think this would be way more challenging. I would probably rather be deaf and have no legs, and then I can continue to play music and have no real problems from having no arms. So yeah, I'd rather be deaf and have no legs. 80% of people probably saw that same logic. That's a very big split on that one. Would you rather eat fast food burgers every night or eat Chinese takeout every night? I'm always still hungry after I eat Chinese. I know that's a very typical thing to say about Chinese food, but really, I really am hungry every single time that I get done with like Chinese takeout or Vietnamese or something like that. So yeah, for me, fast food burgers, empty calories, but they fill me up. Oh man, wow. Wait a minute, Chinese takeout? They deliver it to your door. Oh, I want to redo. Would you rather only drink black coffee or only eat dry cereal? I don't mind either of those things. In fact, I already drink black coffee. Not all the time. Like most of the time I do have creamer in it. But I'd probably say a good 30% of the time I drink black coffee. Okay. Well, for me, this will probably stain your teeth a little bit more. I did go with the minority again, but I think that's just because most people in this generation love to load their coffee up with sugar, and that's just a Starbucks thing. That's, exposure to your first cup of coffee is usually a ridiculously sugarized drink with milk and all kinds of other stuff. Dry cereal, I fucking love getting a handful of cereal and just nomming on it in the middle of the night. Would you rather chocolate or vanilla? That's actually, I'd rather vanilla. I had a feeling most people were going to go for chocolate, but I'm more of a vanilla guy. Always have been. If you walked into a room, would you rather have everyone stare at you in disgust or have everyone look away in disgust? Oh, oh man. Some of these ones, they really catch me off guard when I read them. I think, oh man, this would make more of a spotlight syndrome. This would really make you feel pressured. I think having everybody look away in disgust would be a little bit easier, because then I could at least leave the room with none of them watching me. Okay, good. First one I picked of the majority this playthrough, I think. Awesome, very cool. Would you rather be stuck in an aquarium with great white shark or be stuck in a room where the floor is covered in a layer of spiders? I can step on the great white shark, but it will do far less damage than continuously just mashing my feet repeatedly into the ground like a child throwing a tantrum would, to constantly squish the spiders that were getting close to me. And if I was stuck in there, like, I'd have the time on my hands to kill every fucking spider. I would do it. I would so do it. I would do it. Wow. You guys have serious problems with spiders. They're not talking about being stuck inside of fucking SeaWorld, outside of the glass. They're talking about you being stuck underwater. You're not on land. You're underwater with a great white shark. Fucking home court, man. Would you rather produce a low-budget film with your best friends and have the time of your life, or produce a Hollywood blockbuster with people you detest and make a ton of money? When it comes down to working on art at the end of the day, you guys, the higher up you go on the rung of well-paying jobs, you typically find yourself working with people that you don't necessarily enjoy, and that can actually lead to greater success. This is guaranteeing success straight out of the bat. Of course, you're going to make a ton of money on a Hollywood blockbuster, and of course, you know, here you're going to have the time of your life. It's a low-budget film, but it does have the chance to go far. I think for me, what I would want to do is this, but realistically speaking, if you are working on a giant film, you're probably going to have about 5 to 7 people on that set, on the team, whether they're in front of the camera or behind it, that you really do not enjoy. And unfortunately, you just got to work around it because that's the industry. That's an interesting split. For me, it's not about the money, it's about having a good time, but at the end of the day, you got to be able to set shit aside when it comes to the actual performance. Would you rather kill one person you know or kill 3 strangers? Okay, we're gonna operate on the assumption that I'm not going to get any repercussions from either one of these things. Kill one person you know, make it personal, obviously, but for me, they would probably want it to be someone of a friend, I would imagine. As far as killing 3 strangers go, no emotional attachment. Somebody puts a gun to my head and they say you can do one of the two. This one is actually going to be the easier one in my eyes because of the fact that you don't have that personal attachment. You have that human bond, but here you have the human bond and the personal attachment. So for me, I'd rather kill 3 strangers, and 64% of people agree with that. Would you rather eat a cup of baking soda and then do a shot of vinegar? That's how you die. Or eat a pack of Mentos and then chug a Diet Coke. That's how you get a viral YouTube video. I think that time is over, though. If I made a video on that, I doubt anybody would be searching that term anymore. I think I would probably want to do this. This is going to be a much more explosive reaction. But at the end of the day, Diet Coke, for me, like, I can't do soda. I don't drink soda, never drink soda, haven't drank it in at least 8 months, and the time before that was probably 2 years. So I would probably go with this route, even taking that into account. But that's fucking dangerous. That's really dangerous. So we're going to go with this one. Awesome. Good job, people. Bravo. Don't do that, because you may die. If you had to choose an era to live in, would you rather live in the time of the ancient Romans, Greeks? Yeah, fuck yeah. Or live in the Dark Ages? Oh. Ooh, you know, for me, I consider myself more on the scholar artist side. I'm not a great athlete, which obviously the Romans and the Greeks were known for great athletes, but they prided their artists as well. They had the library. They prided people who enjoyed intellectual things as much as athletic things. In the Dark Ages, for me, kill or be killed, bubonic plague, all kinds of other incredibly dark shit, as you can imagine. And I just don't think I would fare very well in that age. I think I would rather live in the time of the ancient Romans and Greeks. And actually, I'm going to end it on that one for you guys, because I would love to know, would you rather live in the time of the ancient Romans and Greeks or live in the Dark Ages? They are really two different sides of a coin, and I'm curious to know why you would like to live there. This was a really good question. I liked it a lot, and I'm surprised more people didn't pick the Dark Ages, considering the whole fantasy of knights and you know, kings and all that jazz, not necessarily emperors. It's just, I don't know, it's two different fantasy pasts to live in. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. So friends, if you enjoy what you see, and only if, leave a little love in the comment section, or leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss the rest of Would You Rather, because this is going to be a long-running series on my channel. And as usual, enjoy the rest of your day. And I will see you guys again.